Okay, so we're gonna continue today with understanding light and how light is used for drawing, for sketching, for giving your drawing some depth, you know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a circle. Nice little circle. And this circle is what we're going to draw. We're going to do a sphere. And the next thing to do is identify where your light's going to be coming from. And this time we're going to do it from over here. So wherever this is, we're going to pretend this is our light bulb or our sun. Right? Wherever this sun is, light is pretty much hitting the object, any object. In other cases, it could be any shape, right? But this time we're doing a circle. We're doing a sphere. So we'll take a little farther. We'll do a horizon. We'll do a background, pretty much. Show that it's somewhere. Okay. It's standing somewhere. It's a little higher than the other one, but that's okay. We can fix it later. Or you can fix it as you go. So, as you can see, we have light hitting from this direction, going this direction, going this direction, going this direction. Okay, always, all the way to over here until it stops, pretty much. And once it stops, it casts a shadow, which we got. And the shadow usually is whatever the shape is. And this thing is an oval. It's a circle. But it's going to be turned into a elongated oval. We'll just do that. Okay. So we know that this is the light, where it's coming from. This is what they call direct light, where it gets hit immediately, pretty much. All of this, or you could say all of this. Right? All this area has like the direct light where it hits it. Direct light right here too. That all this has direct light. If this is a table or this is a background. We also have reflective light, light that comes from wherever the object is. What this is bounces back, right? Bounces back up, bounces back up, bounces. Pretty much light that goes back up. So that means that there is going to be some sort of light right there, but not so much. It's not noticeable in some places. And this is, so what we're going to do is start filling in where the shadow is supposed to be. So if we pay attention, the darkest place will be always at the bottom, away from the light. Just how I showed you in the last video how to make it from light to dark with your pencil, with one pencil. This is exactly where you use this method, where you start using this technique and start using your pencil real light. Because the shading we're doing right now, we're just filling in and getting those colors in. You can get darker as you go. Darker as you go. And bottom over here, it's always going to be the darkest, the farthest away from the sun. That's where it's going to be the darkest. So like we said, this is the direct light, and then pretty much the core of the light, and then this will be our highlights right here. Like this is where we kind of make it bright. This is where it gets hit. So, and then you see how I did this. I don't know how many people do actually do that, but I do it light so I could just have that. For right now, it's more for practice. But once you start drawing, you don't want to do so many of those because you see how it's making lines. I mean, we could get rid of them as we go, as we get lighter, just like how we did in the squares. And sometimes they'll disappear, sometimes they don't. That's why I say just not really to do it. I do it so more to show you where we'll be adding all those different, blends or grades of the pencil, like darker, and you can do the whole thing like that. Remembering to always stay dark over here. So we're gonna go a little darker. And keeping smooth. Sometimes you want to use your lead, your pencil up a little bit on a scratch piece of paper. Just so you could smooth it out. Sometimes it's too sharp and it'll leave sharp marks that you don't want. You want it as smooth as you can. That's why if you see I have it tilted in a certain way, and that helps with spreading it. And it helps, like, if you pay attention, if there might be some lines that are darker than the other ones, might have been because I hit a sharp part of the pencil or I did it too hard. But that's why you want to go light first, because the lighter you are, the more you can just, see, like I want to get it darker again. You can continue doing it this way. A lot of people like drawing like this. They never use a blender, but I did want to introduced to you the blender the other day, and like I said, this one's a little old, and who knows how long it's been with me. Hardly ever used it. But the blender really just blends and it smooths out, smudges the lead. And I do like the effect of it. It's very relaxing. It's very cool. It's very smooth. See those lines? I should erase that first before. But since we're gonna keep going darker and darker and darker, and same thing, I could tilt it. But the tip has already been used a lot, so it's a lot smoother. And this is what you use these blenders for. I love them. I like them. They help a lot. And this is really quick. We could get very tedious with your work and very precise. You could go darker, you could go lighter. You could use this to smooth it out really good. I'm going crazy. I'm everywhere all the time. So, but that's what makes artwork unique for a lot of people, because they use different techniques, and some they approach them, some of them they use them more than others, and some people don't not use this blenders at all. I use them in my tablet. The tablet could pretty much imitate anything, pretty much the AI, I would say. The AI, this is pretty much an AI that has been programmed, a little computer that's been programmed to. So I'll keep doing this with this. Now, if you don't have a blender, I'm gonna quickly show you right now. I'm not gonna make a perfect one, but we're gonna grab another piece of paper and just. Sometimes I use a sticker. Maybe this one. This is the newsprint paper. This newsprint paper is a little too thin. So the thicker the paper it is, maybe even like cardstock paper, and you just roll it and roll it like a cube, and you could go thinner and like thinner, thicker. Because these things, when they come in brand new, as you can see, they're really sharp. I don't know if you can see it through the bag, but they're really sharp. And that's pretty much, this is it. And then all I would do is get a tape, put it there. But for right now, I'm just gonna do this, and voila. And that's what you do in the hood, you know. When you can't afford stuff, you use what you got. And this is what. Okay. All right. So then you can use your finger too, but it's very, depending on how greasy your hands are, you know, or if you sweat, you'll smudge it really different. My fingers are always not that greasy, so I'm gonna do it. You could do that. You can use your finger too, and it smooths it. It gets it really smooth a lot of times. So there you go. We'll do that. Let me keep doing that. Now you can be very precise, very clean, very. This was very. I'm not gonna say very sloppy, but very quick, so that way you guys could see it. So now what you would do is either go back under here and go darker. And start going darker. Once you use your blender, because you're gonna come back and keep using the blender. It depending on how much you do it, how much darker you go, how light you're gonna keep your sketch. Some people like doing light sketches. Some people like them, to perfect. I have the urge to flip the paper, but I'm gonna flip it a little bit like this. So, and there is a reflection. That reflection usually sometimes is right there too. So you probably want to give it a little distance. You see how it is. But see how I don't take it all the way around here, because that's exactly where the light is already hitting. So it's mostly over here, this side, the opposite side of where the light's coming from. And now you can't see the lines that I made earlier, so you could go right here, which is good because they're disappearing. I don't want them to be there, especially when I'm doing a drawing. A lot of times since I'm so used to knowing where it is, or I just go free flow, I just scribble scrabble and just put it in there. Alright, so let's get the blender again. And this is a little bit more advanced for the little kids, but I teach the older ones, the middle schoolers, the high school. I teach them this. I show them this one. They want to know this one. This one's very interesting. Everybody wants to know how you shade to make things very realistic, and it really comes down to knowing the light, you know, understanding the light, like how the name of this video is going to be called, understanding the light. So in understanding the light, then you got to understand the shadows where there are as well, to make your artwork very realistic. Or it doesn't have to be realistic, but three-dimensional. That's what really comes down to. It brings the three-dimensional aspect to it, makes it pop out of the book or the page, I would say. Helicopters here. It's morning. The audio I had stopped stopped earlier because they came, so we might stop for a bit just to continue the video without the helicopter above us. Well, welcome to South Central. Actually, it's just barely passing by, but earlier it was around the area. Something had happened. But that's what happens when you're stay-at-home orders, right? Oh, look at, we spread too much over here, so we'll just erase that. Get rid of all this mess right here. Get rid of this mudslides. Cleaned up too much of it. Get rid of the line. So, let's pull this line back. And I keep adding more, going more darker. Have in mind this is a 3B, so I could go darker with a 5B, 8B, whatever. 12B, I believe there is out there. There's a bunch of them. Helly's back. Welcome to South Central. Helicopters here, so it's back again. But keep adding. Go darker. We'll bring it out more. Move it a little bit just so I can get some of this darker right here. So now let's just add the highlights. Where's the light sitting there? And you just erase it. See right here, you could just make this. This is why I like this erasers, because you could just make it small and thin right there. See, make it small and thin, and then pick at it. It with the edge. With the tablet, it's much. That's just it's too easy. It's too easy. But it's cool. I like the tablet. I don't waste pencils. I don't waste ink, paint. It's a good toy. I'm going to show you guys, it's probably the same. Show you some more drawings later on through the tablet. But I think I'm almost done for this lesson with this.